Protesters clashed with police today on the 101 corridor and 3 people were arrested in the wake of May Day protests across the nation. The altercation broke out when protesters continued to march on 101 after CHP officers ordered them to move off to the side of the freeway. A larger group of law enforcement confronted marchers further down the freeway and 3 protesters were arrested. One person arrested is a student journalist with the Humboldt Report, a live public access newscast organized by students at HSU.
They elected to ignore the commands given by the personnel on scene and turned around with their arms locked and marched, and I mean this quite literally, marched through, backing up our uniformed personnel and right down the side of the freeway. There wasn't very many officers there at that point, so we did regroup and get more personnel together and recontacted the group down at Braycut, where the intention was to actually apprehend what we believe to be the known activists in the group. We could, when I say known, meaning the ones that we could see that were acting as activists, and we're going to take them out of the group and arrest them. We ended up arresting 3 people who we didn't necessarily feel were necessarily the activists, but they interfered with our officers trying to get to the people we really were trying to get to. And they ended up getting arrested.
Many of the May Day marchers on the 101 corridor were students at HSU. We spoke with one of the protesters who participated in the march and witnessed other protesters being arrested on the side of the freeway. She herself was not arrested and agreed to speak with the Humboldt Report.
We weren't really doing anything wrong. We weren't breaking the laws. They were just trying to fool us by telling us we couldn't walk on the side of the road, and they wanted us to walk on the train tracks instead. They were just trying to intimidate us. Why couldn't they protect us in the first place? Because they supposedly said that they were trying to protect us from people that were against what we were standing for. And there were people like driving by telling us to go home, flipping us off, but it was like, if the cops wanted to really protect us, they should have done that since the first place, drove next to us instead of like hurting us.